everybody. Welcome back to the Raw Read. I am so glad you decided to stop by and see what I'm reading on. But before we get started, you already know I ask you to do it every single day. Yes, I do. Why? Because we are building a community here. We are. And let me tell you, we are the best community on these internet streets. And if you don't believe me, go in the comments. You will meet the very best people, let me tell you. This is the community that everybody would love to be a part of. And if you want to be a part of it, go down here in these settings, look around, find your subscribe button, and go ahead on and subscribe. And while you're in there, hit your notification bell too, so you'll know when I upload or when I just want to pop in, because I do pop in now. And give me a thumbs up to fight my nemesis, the beast, the algorithm. Whew. I don't even want to talk about it. It is such a struggle these days. And also, I just want to give a shout out and a big thank you to all of the readers that support the channel by watching the commercials. Let me tell you, I know how hard it is. I know how tempting it is to look at that skip button and not do it and say, I'm going to support the channel. It means everything. And I just want to say, thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, right about here, that's our join button. That's for channel memberships. And if you choose to become a channel member and a part of the reading club, you will be supporting my channel to grow, to improve, and to continue. And I will be so grateful, so thankful, so over the moon appreciative to have that support. Also, if you just want to do a one-time donation, our super thanks button is right over there. And all donations to the channel is always, always greatly appreciated. All right, y'all. I do have a shout out. I do. I want to shout out Deborah Copeland. What can I say about Deborah? Deborah is a ride or die. Deborah is a great supporter of this channel. Deborah is always coming through. When I go in my comments, I'm always looking for Deborah to bring the knowledge. I am just so over the moon and thankful to have Deborah as a part of this community. And all I want to say is thank you, thank you, thank you, Deborah. Thank you for the super thanks, and just thank you for being a part of my tribe. All right, y'all. With all that said, let's get to the read. Y'all know I've been in these streets most of the day, and of course, I got stuff to talk about. And y'all know when I am putting the read together, y'all know what I do. I hit these internet streets, and that's what I have done today. I have been all over the place. I've been on all the social media platforms. I've been to Blue Sky. I've been to TikTok. I went to Instagram, went over there and stalked Meghan a little bit just to make sure she hadn't posted anything without my knowledge. Then I checked in on the Instagram squatties. They're talking about all you can think of. They're talking about Meghan's sweatshirt still, and just dragging those trolls that act like they didn't know that Meghan was an alumni of Northwestern. We talked about that in my last podcast. I just think they can't be that stupid. But the squatties don't mind dragging them about it. They don't. And let's see what else they're talking about. They're talking about a whole lot of things. And so, that's the way they do over there on Instagram. And then I made my way over to the sewer. I love to call it that. X, formerly known as Twitter. And the squatties over there dragging everybody that needs to be dragged. Y'all know I just did a pop-up about this flying monkey they over there dragging. I mean, they skull dragging him. And they skull dragging his wife and his kids. I guess the squatters said they'll drag anybody who they feel like they need it. I'm just saying, that's what they doing over there. And they're just talking about quite a bit of things. And they still really, really angry about this Jason Knauf kind of insinuating in this particular interview that, bringing up that bullying stuff. But I'll tell you what, I think it's been a very, very disappointing thing for them, because I think they brought this whole thing up. This whole interview was something they came up with because they really thought it was going to catch on fire, that it was going to be all over here and it was going to be all over the world. It was going to go all over the world because when Jason Knauf showed up and to try to advocate for William, and it ended up just not hitting like it used to hit. That dog barely hunts anymore. And I think they probably disappointed in the results because over here, I don't even think that it even made a bleep on the radar over here. And from what I'm getting, reports from the Australian squatties, that it was not very much, over there where it aired. Nobody paid it much attention. And so that's why I say that dog barely hunts anymore. What are they going to do after they can't pull that old rabbit out the hat anymore? I'm just saying. Because at the end of the day, people are tired of it and they just don't believe it because it doesn't match. They want us to believe 4 plus 4 is 7. And it just don't add up. The math just ain't mathing. But I'm just saying, they absolutely tried it. They did try it. And I'll tell you what, it's really got me cackling on these internet streets. They have started to call Jason Knopf William's boyfriend. I don't know. Now, I don't know if I started that because y'all know in my last podcast, that's what I was calling him. And now that's all I see up and down my timeline is the squatties calling him William's boyfriend. And I'm telling you, it makes me cackle. Oh my God, it makes me cackle. I cannot. Well, I'm going to try to get myself together and let's get started because, like I said, it is a lot. It is a lot. And I'm going to start with this right here. And this particular squatty is talking about Jason Knopf, that interview. And it says, it really is something quite spectacular that whenever Harry or Meghan has something big coming up, that same exact lie about Meghan is recycled without fail. Where it's a lie. They have hunted that dog and hunted that dog to the point where it barely hunts anymore. Because people don't believe it anymore. Because they see Meghan on Instagram, they see Meghan at the Invictus games, they see Meghan socializing with other people, and it just do not match what they're saying. I'm just saying. And that old hit piece out of Vanity Fair with all those unnamed sources pretending like they have worked with Meghan. Yes, it's the same old thing. And they want us to believe that somehow Meghan became a bully after she married into that family. Now, she done lived her whole life being a sweet and kind and caring person and she turned into a bully when she joined that family. That's what they want us to believe. I'm just saying. But it goes on to say, if that doesn't tell you that the palace literally has nothing to hold over Meghan's head, then I don't know what to tell you. We have known that for a while. Meghan was just over there trying to survive. That's all. Everything that was done to her. It wasn't her doing anything to anybody else. So no, they don't have anything except their lies. And they just hastily made that lie up. Jason Knopf and William came up with that. And now that particular lie is not profitable for them anymore, I don't know what they're going to do. Because they are desperate to do something, because every time Harry or Meghan, just like this particular squatty said, has something big coming up, here they come with their smears. Here they come with their hit pieces. It is just ridiculous. It has gotten old at this point. I'm telling you, if we are to believe everything that those folks say about Meghan, I don't know how is she not in jail somewhere? She has to be this hideous human being that they want us to believe that she is. And then when she shows up, she is this fresh faced, sweet, sweet person who goes out of her way to make everybody else comfortable. Yes, now that Meghan is coming out more, now that Meghan is on Instagram, they are really, really grasping at straws, trying to convince people that she is not what their eyes are seeing. I'm just saying. This goes on to say it should also tell you that they know that the bullying complaint is not as widely believed as they had hoped. Because if it was, they wouldn't be sending Jason F. and Knauf out to talk about it 4 years later. I emphasize 4 years later. These people do not know how to turn a page, do they? I cannot. No wonder William walks around looking like he on a crack pipe because he holds on to everything. You just know that Harry's success is driving him crazy because he do not give up. He cannot let his brother breathe. He is constantly, and I mean constantly, inserting himself into Harry and Meghan's lives. When Harry and Meghan pay them dust, I don't know. You think because Harry and Meghan pay them so much dust that it just absolutely drives him even more crazy? Because this is nuts. It absolutely is. I'm just saying, 4 years later, come on now. I'm going to put this up. And Kaiser had posted about, and it says the royalist Jason Knopf's interview was timed specifically ahead of With Love Meghan. Where is the lie? They're just claiming that's exactly why he got on TV over there in Australia, was to time it because Meghan's new show is coming out, a cooking show that has nothing to do with them, but they cannot allow her to be successful. The demons, they cannot allow her to breathe. I have never saw anything like it. This is a cooking show. How can a cooking show be threatening to you? But here he trotting him out. But it just didn't land the way I think they thought it was going to land. I really don't. And this particular squatter reposted Kaiser's post and said this: I think the firm played a little too fast and loose with this one because now plausible deniability is out of the window. It's very obvious with the timing before With Love Meghan that this is part of a coordinated smear campaign, and now the royal family is tied directly to it. Who didn't know that from the beginning? We knew that the smear campaign was coming directly from Kensington Palace and Buckingham Palace too, not letting Charles off the hook completely, him and his horse, because it's all of them. It's all of them. I have saw nothing like it. I mean, no truer words were spoken when Prince Philip said that is a firm, not a family, because you cannot be a family and just spew as much hatred towards your son, your brother, and you absolutely begrudge them any kind of peace whatsoever. I'm just saying. All right, y'all, I'm going to put this one up. And this particular squatty said this: I can confirm that interview by Willie's boyfriend woo, y'all. Mm, It's something about every time he's called Willie's boyfriend. But let me go on. It says by Willie's boyfriend Knauf was a wet squib here in Australia. I've not came across one person who watched or cared about it. Charles may be boring, DICK, but he commands more interest among Australians than Bully Willie, and that's saying something. Now, when Charles is more popular than you are, that is saying something. Yes. And so in Australia, it did not hit the way they thought it was going to hit. They really thought this thing was going to blow up. He really thought he was going to be flying to America and being on the Today Show or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It was going to be in every publication. It was going to be on everybody's lips, talking about it. And it just didn't work out that way. It came and it went. All the people that are really talking about it is Squatty's dragging him. Ain't no publications picking him up. Not at all. I saw an article in People, and the usual suspects like uh Jack Royston and what the Daily Beast, Tom Sykes. Yes, Tom Sykes wrote something about it. And even Tom Sykes said that he felt that this was coordinated. Now, when Tom Sykes can figure it out and say it. Now, yes, and say it. It's ridiculous. I'm just saying. All right, y'all, I'm going to put this up. And it says, I thought as much because it didn't even get a blip from the usual sycophants. Even the sycophants didn't even say nothing real about it. Because it was a big nothing burger. It was. He sit there with his Mary Tyler Moore hair flip and absolutely tried to create travesty and absolutely created nothing but people being sleepy and went to bed or turned the channel. That's all he created was boredom. I'm just saying. And it goes on to say he's just boring. No achievements, no good looks, just lies and bots. Now everyone knows Harry is the one with the sauce. Uh-oh. Not Harry with the awesome sauce. Yes, Harry is the one with the awesome sauce. And it says this one is just waiting for that big hat. That's his life achievement. Oh dear. That's his life achievement, being born. He absolutely peaked when he slipped out of the birth canal. He ain't going to be nothing more than just that, than when he slipped out of the birth canal. Because he ain't did much since then. I'm just saying. All right, y'all, I'm going to put this up. And this is the article I was talking about Tom Sykes. Said he even called them out for being so deliberate in giving this particular interview so close to Meghan's show. I don't know why they are so threatened by a cooking show, a home and gardening show, a lifestyle show. Why is that such a threat to those folks over there? I think the threat is the success. Harry and Meghan, no matter how much they have tried to paint them as losers, as failures, as if they wanted to come back over there, it has really started to become undeniable that Harry and Meghan are successful. And if this particular venture takes off and Meghan becomes a mogul, becomes a billionaire, it can no longer be denied. They can no longer hold that institution up as something to be desired, because at the end of the day, Meghan and Harry left it because it wasn't desirable and have become successful since leaving. And they just cannot handle that over there. That's why they keep attacking. And it is just ridiculous because to me, one thing doesn't have anything to do with the other. Harry don't want to have nothing else to do with you. Just absolutely sit in that and just understand that it's all because of how you treated him and his wife and his small baby. I'm just saying. But Tom Sykes goes into it saying that yes, it's this timing is very suspicious, and he just pretty much says it. This is what it's about. Even Tom Sykes, he still talks some nonsense in this article. He even cops to the fact that this was strategic, that this was intentional. And I don't understand. These people keep overestimating who they are and their pull in this global society. At the end of the day, they cannot draw flies. Why do they think that they can somehow pull stupid stunts like this and overshadow Meghan's cooking show? I still can't get my head around why they would want to do it, except they just cannot allow them to be successful outside of the firm. And if that's true, it's something more cynical going on than we have any idea about. I have said this many times. The tentacles of that monarchy spreads wide and deep. And what we don't know would probably scare us to death. I'm just saying. All right, y'all, I'm gonna put this up. And I was watching going through things like I do on these internet streets, and I ran into a panel on GB News, not GB News, Good Morning Britain. What is that? Good Morning Britain, GMB News? I don't know what it is, but anyway, it's Good Morning Britain. And they had Diana's old lover on there. I kid you not, the one that they have constantly tortured Harry about saying that that was his real father. Yes, I kid you not. They had him on there, James Hewitt. And we all know that that is a lie, a bald-faced lie, a malignant lie that they have used to try to hurt Harry time and time again. Harry even said in Spare that Charles has said at one time when he knows that Diana never even met this man, never even knew that he was existing on this planet 3 years after Harry was born is the first time she ever laid eyes on him. How can he be Harry's father? Unless he got some kind of super sperm that can travel, back in time. If he ain't got that, it's no way he could be Harry's father. But yet and still, they have always used that to hurt Harry. They have. And like I said, when your own parent would do something like that, and he knows that Diana did not know that man. He did not know him. She did not know him when Harry was born. But that's one of the things that really, really gets me wound up because that is so hurtful. Can you imagine? And like I said, Harry even brought it up in Spare. Well, they had him on GB News, and here he was sitting up there. His only claim to fame that he had an affair with Princess Diana. What a sorry state he is. And he's up there putting words in Diana's mouth saying that she would be worried. She would be worried. That's what he said. It said James Hewitt, who had an affair with the royal Diana, would have done her best to try to get them together. Well, I think everybody know that. Everybody who is a parent, everybody who is a mother, know that nobody enjoys their kids fighting with each other. Nobody enjoys that. But hopefully William would not be the scorpion, the viper that he is if his mother had not been taken from him. Although we saw them pictures back when he was a young boy, I saw one picture where Diana was absolutely giving him a spanking in front of everybody. God and the world saw that. She was reaching all the way back to what love got to do with it and putting it on his backside because he had threw a tantrum right there in front of everybody. And she absolutely took care of it right where it happened. I saw that. It is a news article about it. Yes. So he maybe would have turned out a little better because at the end of the day, he needed more of that. He did. But I digress. This man is putting words in Diana's mouth. I cannot stand when people put words in dead people's mouths. But this is obvious. And my whole thing is, why is he there? Why is he there? Is this another attempt to try to hurt Harry and Meghan? Because I don't see why he would be there. What kind of news source would he be? I don't get it. I mean, Diana has been dead almost 30 years. And here you are dragging up James Hewitt. I'm just saying. I'm not even going to read this article because it's nonsense. I just wanted to bring it to y'all so y'all know what's going on. But it has no news value whatsoever. I think it was all an orchestrated play. They could not get Thomas Markle, who is way in Singapore now. He is out of luck, probably got spotty internet and they couldn't get him on the Zoom. And so they went and drug up James Hewitt. They're always trying to drag up somebody to hurt somebody. But in actuality, they cannot hurt Harry because Harry already aired that out in Spare and said he was 3 years old when his mother met James Hewitt. And here they are still just absolutely perpetrating that lie. I'm just saying. Well, at least in a backhanded way, because my whole thing, what kind of news value does it has? What kind of news value does he has being on a morning show talking about what Diana would have wanted? This is ridiculous. All right, y'all, I'm going to put this up. And I found this very, very interesting. This particular squatter just broke it down, and this is what's wrong with them. This is why they keep biting off of Harry and Meghan. This is why they're so desperate to try to bring down Harry and Meghan's popularity. This is why they hate on Harry and Meghan. Look at here. It says the BBC News has 15.4 million followers. And this story about Kate and William, it said William at his lowest after Kate's diagnosis, says X-Aid. And we all know that story, old Jason Knauf story. And look how much engagement it got. Just hardly none. And the BBC has 15.4 million followers. And they could only muster up 83 comments, 27 reposts, and 127 likes and 9 saves. That's it. That's all that was interested in Jason Knauf. I said this from earlier that dog barely hunts anymore. And they might as well get used to that fact. But yes, low, very low engagement. Nobody cares about them anymore. I don't think if they ever did. I mean, they are really becoming indifferent to how they behave, going off to Mystique, blowing off the BAFTAs, not taking anything, in consideration, always self-focused all the time. And then when they're out in among the public, they so disingenuous. You can tell that they don't even want to be there. They can't even hold their mask up anymore. It's just ridiculous. And people are starting to get indifferent with them. And it shows with the engagements of posts by them, and it shows when they put those barriers out. Nobody cares. And I just love it for them. I do. And y'all, when I absolutely read this, I just cackled. And it said, this particular squatty posted this and said, he loves his beard. Love is such a beautiful thing. Hopefully one day they will also use love wins hashtag. Yeah, he's clearly in love with William. I'm telling you. And the way he said him and William is so close, I feel it's mutual. I'm just saying, I know that's being messy, but I'm a messy boots on that one. I'm just saying. And then this squatty came up under it and said this, William's beard. Say Kate is William's beard. All I can say is my belief. Where's the lie? Y'all know I had to put that up there because they be watching everything we do. My belief. Where's the lie? And look at this, y'all. It says, so William's boyfriend is getting another title. Now, I don't have any idea what this squad is talking about. I have not one clue. But the only reason I put this particular post in my podcast is because I'm messy and I absolutely love it when someone says William's boyfriend. I cannot take it when they say William's boyfriend. Oh, that's the only reason I put it in. I'm just saying. At least I'm honest. All right, y'all, I'm going to put this up. And they done started something else. Like I said, every time it gets close to something big happening for Harry or Meghan, and in this case, it's Meghan's new cooking show. They start with some BS. And the BS they started with is putting out the rumor that Meghan had been dropped by her talent agency. And like I want to say, for what? Only way a talent agency is going to drop you is you do some nefarious nonsense type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Then they drop you. If you get arrested or something like that. Meghan ain't did nothing but went out there and watered her plants with her children and picked fruit off the tree. Why in the world would she get dropped from her talent agency? But this is the nonsense that these folks are up to, grasping at straws on the constant. And this is what they had. The Daily Mail had this. Meghan Markle's Hollywood talent agency breaks silence after insider claims she was too demanding and difficult to work with. That is a lie. Yes, an insider. Yeah, the one that's inside of your fevered mind. And you made that up. And I guess Meghan's agent came out and denied that nonsense and shut it down. These people, they make up lies and then report on the lies that they have made up. Just like Meghan said, they don't report the news, they create the news and then report on it. And this is what this was. Knowing too, a person who is on Instagram just started out in January the 1st, and has made just sporadic posts and has clocked up over 50 million views, is going to get dropped by a talent agency? Get out of here. They knew that was a lie. But they just wanted something, just something, always something. I just hope Harry just take their money. And this particular squatty came up under it and said this. WME, basically, we stand 10 toes down with Meghan. I know that was painful for them to write. You overplayed your hand. Enjoy. Yes, they thought they were going to be able to run them stories and run them stories. No, it was shut down right away. And I saw a post where they said that they never even took Meghan's face off of their website as being part of, as being someone that they represent. But yet and still they want to go and tell this lie. It is just ridiculous, and it's so favorite minded. It's ridiculous. I'm telling you. I cannot with these people. I cannot. All right, y'all. We're going to it's one other story that I want to talk about that I found so interesting. Is I'm going to put it up. It's this. This particular squatty posted this, and it is a repost of an article that was in the National Enquirer way back when Meghan was still in that family. And we all know the National Enquirer has gotten some stuff right. But this particular squatty said this: in March 2019, the firm was already plotting to destroy Meghan. When were they not plotting? That's the question. When was they not plotting? They have been plotting since the beginning. Since Harry said, "This is my girlfriend," and they found out about them. They have been plotting since that point. So I said, when have they not been plotting? But I digress. It says, she'll need all of the physical and emotional strength that she can muster to survive it all-powerful machine. Raw Fixer won't hesitate to use the alleged profile to destroy Meghan. They'll die trying. Yes, but none of this is surprising to old school squatties because we saw it in real time. We knew that this nonsense was going on, especially when she was pregnant. Y'all remember when she went to New York and they hunted her? They literally hunted her. And then that's when they had all those fevered conspiracy theories that she really wasn't pregnant. She had a moon bump. And they were saying some real dangerous stuff on these internet streets, threatening her. And Meghan just went to have a baby shower. And they just bombarded her, talking about how much the plane cost and just hunted her. It was just horrible. And little did we know that while they were stalking Meghan and hunting her and writing all these nasty articles, William was back in Windsor attacking her husband because he would not believe none of these fevered-minded lies that him and his boyfriend allegedly Knauf had came up with. It was a mess. Meghan was going through something. And y'all remember after Archie was born and Harry came out and said that his wife went through it. It was a lot, but she went through it and delivered a safe baby. He never elaborated on it at that time, but that is something he said when he came out to announce that Archie had been born. Yes, and they lost their mind around his birth. It was a mess. It was a mess back then. It was hard going. It was hard going for Harry and Meghan. It was hard going for their supporters because at the time we wasn't even the Sussex Squad. We were just supporting them and just seeing how stuff just went crazy. How they lost their mind. Oh, Danny Baker come out talking about the Archie would, put that picture of a chimp out there talking about the royal baby comes home. I mean, all manner of nonsense was going on. So I have to say, when were they not plotting? They have, since Meghan stepped foot over there, they have been applying the pressure to her. And Harry sit and told Stephen Colbert that they always planned that Meghan would go. but they didn't think he would. And I remember Tina Michelle saying that exact same thing way before anybody else. Yes, and it absolutely was true. And so we're going to go a little bit into this article that this particular squatty posted from back in March 2019, what Meghan was going through and what they was leaking. I'm just saying. All right, I'm going to put it up, and it says, look up there, it says top secret. Psychological profile has revealed miserable mom to be Meghan Markle. She was carrying little Archie. And it says, is a ticking time bomb who could explode at any moment, according to a royal insider. They were leaking then, saying Meghan was a ticking time bomb. But we know now that that was the time when Meghan was feeling like she wanted to unalive herself. And instead of trying to get her help or to ease the pressure on her, they leaking and putting more pressure on her. Why? Because they didn't care if she unalived herself. They just wanted her gone. These are the people that they're dealing with. Harry and Meghan should never, ever have anything else to do with them. They have painted them invisible. Let them fade away. And it goes on to say that the National Enquirer has learned Buckingham Palace officials are concerned about 37-year-old Duchess of Sussex tears, tantrums, and mood swings as she feuds with her sister-in-law, Kate Middleton. We all know that was a lie, but this is what they were feeding to the National Enquirer. Because we all know that was during the time they were up the line saying that Meghan made Kate cry. They were sitting all that up. That was a sit-up. I mean, a setup. Well, I said a sit-up. I mean, a setup. Yes, they had set Meghan up. It goes on to say the palace is watching Meghan's every move, dished a raw source. She'll need all the physical and emotional strength she can muster to survive the all-powerful machine, meaning that they were coming down on her. They were coming down on her. Y'all remember Harry's interview on top of that bus with James Corden? And Harry really, really expressed what they was going through. He said his mental health was destroyed. They was trying to destroy them. They hated them just that much. Not for anything they had done, but who they are. The essence of who Meghan was, they could not handle. I'm just saying. And it says the royal fixer won't hesitate to use the alleged profile to destroy Meghan, whose first marriage to producer Trevor Ingleson blew up. If she ever tries to divorce Prince Harry or gain custody of the child, they only had Archie then, said the insider, Meghan should know she'll be facing a formidable army. And if she puts up opposition to the palace plans, she can expect it to be used against her, the insider said. Yes. It's so blurry you can't read all of it, but it says indicates Meghan's personality could lead her to fight for custody and smuggle her child out of Britain. Pursued unsuitable romances with older men as she searched for a father figure. Lash out publicly over the sacrifice she has made for Harry and the royal family. See, they were anticipating this is how Meghan is going to behave after we get her out of here. These are the things that we're going to plant. These are the things that we are going to use and say that this is who she is. And they already had started to set the groundwork to when she left to try to separate her from Archie. They planned on Harry and her getting a divorce and Harry getting Archie. They absolutely was laying the groundwork. And look at this, talking about slipping into drug dependency to numb her pain. This is what they had out there planted in the Inquirer. Yes, they talked about her dad and how what he did, and that's why she was just under pressure. And talking about the pregnancy alters her mood, and this doctor even did an analysis about Meghan and talking about her hormones and stuff like that. They wanted to destroy her from jump. And they, after Harry and her defied everything and got married, their plan was to destroy her and run her out of the family or get her to unalive herself. But if she left the family, they had a plan to absolutely just scandalize her name and get Archie. But none of that worked out, did it? Because Harry is not Charles. Harry stuck by his wife. That's the reason William jumped on him, because Harry was having none of it. And he was mad because Harry was not following the plan. They thought that Harry was this weak figure that would do anything that they told him to do, and he would believe them. And it turns out Harry is much stronger than they ever knew. Because when it comes to Meghan, Meghan fortifies him. Harry don't play about his family. But I just found this very, very interesting. Tell me what y'all think. All right, y'all, I'm going to put this up. And this particular squatty just says it, what needs to be said. And it says, after Spare, Prince Harry said he was moving on and he never mentioned that family again. Where's the lie? Painted to invisible. But yet and still, they cannot leave him alone. And it says the royal mouthpieces took that as he's coming back and run article after article of his return and reunion, and they are still waiting. Because they even asked Jason Knauf that question. They cannot get it through their head that Harry is done. Fork in. He's done. And why wouldn't he? But they have used him and abused him so much, and he has accepted it for so long. It's hard for them to get their head around that he is not accepting that abuse anymore. And so they really think that he would want to come back over there. Do they ever see his life? Did they not see Meghan walking around that property? Oh my goodness. But let's go on. Let's go on. It says, he said forgiveness isn't a reunion. It's a relief. Where's the lie? Harry said he forgave them, not for a reunion, but for his own relief. And I said that the other day. All of these trolls, all of these ugly old hags, toadies, potato heads, derangers, and flying monkeys, they're the ones walking around with a knot in their stomach while Meghan is frolicking in her beautiful garden and by her babbling brook and picking fruit off of her trees and squeezing a fresh orange and making a mimosa. And they're walking around with a knot in their stomachs, raging because she wore her alumni sweatshirt. I'm just saying. Meghan is unbothered. Harry is unbothered. And they need to get some of that. And that's called peace. William needs some peace in his life because the demons is really, really taking over for him. I'm just saying. When it's still half a decade later and you still raging like that, you need some peace. or Jesus. You need Jesus. That's what I'm saying. Go find Jesus if he'll have you. All right, I'm going to put this up, and this is what I was just saying. It says, I see Kensington Palace is still obsessed with a woman they cannot control. Where is a lie? I mean, how pathetic do you have to have a monarchy yet need to send your henchmen to big you up and unleash your tabloids to try to damage said woman's work and reputation to cover up your laziness? I just think it's a lot of hatred there because of their success. It's a lot of jealousy and envy because Meghan can jump on her Instagram, post something, and it goes all over the world. And they do backflips over there, and nobody pays them no mind. And that really hurts them. Now, I love it for them, but I think that's the problem. It really hurts them. I'm just saying. All right, y'all, I'm going to put this up. And I found this delicious. We all know the whole thing about Meghan wearing her uh, Northwestern sweatshirt. Well, this particular squatty said this: put thousands of dollars in the coffers of Northwestern University without writing a single check when you are just that girl. Where is the lie? And I'm telling you, it is a lot of people buying that sweatshirt. Isn't that something? And it's going to do that university good. Meghan's power. She used her power for good. And they hate her for it. But she's that girl. That's exactly what I'm saying. All right, y'all. I'm going to put this up. And this is the last picture. And I know it's not Harry or Meghan or anything like that. It doesn't have anything to do with either one of them. But y'all tell me what this is. This is old school stuff right here. If you know what this is, you are a old school. You are OG. I'm telling you. Tell me what this is. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.